Hey everyone, this is Kevin Brennan with Campus Recreation Fitness. Thanks for joining me. The intention of today is going to be a warm-up. We have a lot of great fitness content on our YouTube channel right now, and I hope you're tuning in. I appreciate it if you are. And a lot of that stuff though kind of hits the ground running, where it just dives right in. And the importance of a warm-up cannot be overstated. So myself and a few of our other strength and conditioning coaches are going to be putting some warm-up ideas and warm-up content on our channel to be done as a follow-along effort, or at least this particular session is going to be a follow-along idea. So, and the purpose of this particular warm-up series is going to be 6 exercises that we just do once through in real time. I want you to do it with me. It's going to be a preparation for a strength-based workout. Not necessarily a metabolically challenging workout, if that's what's on the agenda. This is going to be more core activation, so that when you start to move mass around or you start to do, harder strength-based stuff, your core has been well communicated with and it can handle and support your spine as you move that stuff around. So, clear your space. I have a mat because I have a hard floor, and we're going to be doing a lot of on-the-ground stuff. If you want to turn on some music, go ahead. I'm not going to have any. I'm just going to be talking to you as I do the stuff. So, here we go. Our first movement is a quadruped, meaning hands and knees, single arm reach up is what I call it. So set my hands underneath my shoulders and my knees under my hips. I'm going to drive one hand away or in front of myself, and I stretch, achieve this big long stretch through that lat, and then come back up. Repeat on the other side. I'm going to do 10 reps total for 5 each side. When I get to the bottom of each rep, I can let it, I stay in constant motion. When I get to the end, and then I come out of it. And now that I'm talking, I think I lost count. But let's do one more each side. Okay, shake that out a little bit. We're going to transition from that into a plank to a downward dog. When we establish our plank, set it up so that you're pushing your mid-back in between your shoulder blades up to the sky or up to the ceiling. Nice and long through your legs. That's your plank setup. And then transition to a downward dog into shoulder flexion. And then back to a strong plank. We do 5 of those. Back to plank. Up. Down. Up. Down, 2 more, up, down, up, and down. And then from this plank, we're going to go right into an outside step. I'm going to take that same side elbow, drop it to the ground, reach up to the ceiling, and I like to drop that arm behind me and climb my fingers up my spine for a second or two, and then reverse that whole circle. Elbow to ground. Return to my plank, do the other side. Elbow to ground, up to the sky, circle that hand around. Take a few seconds to climb your fingers towards your head. Reverse the circle, elbow to ground. Return to the strong plank. 2 more times, each side. Down, up and around. Take a few seconds to climb up. Down, reestablish the plank. Elbow to ground on the other side. Up and around. Down one more time. Reestablish the plank. Step to the outside on these last couple reps. Hopefully you get a little more range of motion. Like we're moving that tissue around. Good stuff. Other side. Elbow down. Up and around. Really find that shoulder mobility. Good. We've been in a plank for a while, so you can shake that out. Next is a side plank. We're going to do 10 seconds on one side twice, and then we'll switch. When I set up my plank, you have some options, but I'm going to be on a shoulder, or rather on an elbow on this down side. I'm going to stack my shoulder on top of it. My ground contact can be a knee, or you can stack my knees, or 1 foot, 1 knee, or the bigger progression is to go that. It's not, the intention of this is, remember, it's a warm-up. It's not to make the plank as hard as possible. It's to communicate to your trunk and activate that muscle tissue. So I could easily get some big value out of this if I was on a knee-based side plank. Go ahead and come up and think about being in one solid line from nose to midline, all the way through your belly button, down in between your knees. You're just going to stabilize that plank. I'm guessing on the time. Let's give it 3, 2, 1. Rest. Go ahead and come out of it. Let everything turn off. And then get back into the plank. We'll reestablish that muscle activation. Choose your footprint and elevate your hips. Think about where your head position is. If it's droopy, as long as, I could argue, sometimes I do some neck mobility inside of my side planks, but it's still on purpose, and I'm in control of it the whole time. Let's hold for another 3, 2, 1, rest. Switch sides. Take your time to get set up. Stack your shoulder on top of your elbow. Find your option on your feet. Elevate yourself into that plank, and time begins. Inside all of these planks, maintain an open airway, be able to breathe. Sometimes I place my hand on my belly. I want to feel that breath underneath the contraction. This downside oblique is active to hold us elevated, but I can still breathe through it. Go ahead and come down. Take a second to relax. Reset. Find your footprint. Elevate your hips. Time begins. Really strong and stable in this shape. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down. Good. Let's switch to a bird dog. Another simple exercise, but simple doesn't mean easy. And remember that the intention is to communicate. We're just trying to talk to all aspects of our trunk. Hands and knees. Let's bring your right arm in front and your left leg out. Separate. Try to press your hands and your feet away from each other and become really strong and really stable like a statue. We're going to hold for about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Take a gradual shift to the other side. Go ahead and elevate that next opposing side. Left arm, right leg. Three, 2, 1. Transition. Go up again on that first side. And this time, imagine your belly button like a flashlight shining down to the ground. If that top leg rolls open, that belly button flashlight is going to move. I want to keep that top leg just parallel to the ground. Same elevation as my hand. And maintain a really stable core. Give it 2 more seconds. 1, and down. I probably got off time, but I'm talking, it's okay. You'll be all right. Switch. Remember to press through your shoulder blades as well. You're pushing your hand into the ground, pushing your mid back up to the ceiling. Length through your fingers, length through your long leg. And come on down. Rest. And our last core warm-up idea is a modified crunch. So go ahead and transition onto your back and lengthen one leg while the other leg stays bent. Place your hands under the natural curve of your lumbar spine, and I like to push my elbows into the ground. Imagine there's a string on your chest and it's going to lift you straight up. We're only doing a crunch. Go ahead and lift up, and you should feel your rectus abdominis, your six-pack attack muscle group turn on quite a bit, but remember to breathe through that posture. 3, 2, 1, come down, lift up again, up, find that static pose. If I try to sit up all the way, my feet come up. We're not doing a sit-up, we're just doing a crunch. We're going to hold this static crunch. Breathe underneath the contraction of your stomach. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Go ahead and switch your legs just to make it balanced. We're going to do 2 more reps. Come up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Rest. My dog just threw a ball at me from upstairs. It's kind of funny. One more time. Come up. Find that contraction. You're going to hold the top of that crunch. And this should be hard. There should be a little bit of quivering, perhaps. Remember to breathe underneath it. Keep an open doorway. 3, 2, 1. And done. Good. So one round through those 6 things. We've hit our obliques, we've hit our posterior core with the bird dog, and we just did our anterior core, our rectus abdominis. We've also got some shoulder stability and some shoulder mobility inside of all those drills. That should be a quick prime the pump for a strength workout. Thanks for tuning in, and get after it. Enjoy.